If your business relies on one-time jobs, you don't actually have a business. You have a series of transactions, and transactions are unpredictable. What do I mean by all of this? You're gonna have to stay tuned and find out. Hi, I'm Peter Karunas, husband, father of 4, and Chief Growth Officer of a home service franchise system. This channel is about real conversations on franchising, the trades, and building a business that actually lasts. And in each episode, I break down the lessons, the mistakes, and opportunities that I see every day inside of the home services industry so that you can make more informed decisions along the way. Thank you so much for being here, and let's jump right on into it. Welcome back to The Franchise Builder. I'm Peter Karunas, I'm your host here, and I need to tell you everything about what's happening right now in home services. And what's happening right now in home services is there is a shift. The companies that understand this are building stability. The ones that don't are stuck chasing the next job every single week. Let's look at what's already happened in parts of the industry. HVAC figured this out pretty early. Maintenance plans, seasonal checkups, priority service. And then somewhere down the line, plumbing followed. You're starting to see electrical moving in that direction now. But most service categories are still behind. They're still operating on a wait for the phone to ring type model, or wait for your next lead to come in type model. And that model creates stress. That model creates stress for the franchisor, and that model creates stress for the franchisee. You have a good month as a franchise owner, then you have a slow month. You're constantly feeding the machine with marketing just to stay even here. This begs the question, and that question is, how do you smooth that out? That is exactly where recurring revenue comes in. What recurring revenue actually does for you is it gives you a baseline. It gives you a foundation. It tells you that before the month even starts here, that a portion of your revenue is already accounted for. And that changes how you operate. You're not making desperate decisions anymore. You're not discounting just to keep crews busy any longer. You're not overreacting to short-term dips here. Recurring revenue also increases lifetime customer value. Instead of a customer calling you once, they're now in your system. You're interacting with them regularly throughout the year. You're the first call when something goes wrong in their home. That is a completely and drastically different type of relationship. This is why most owners get it wrong. They overcomplicate the offer. They think a membership needs to include 10 different benefits, complicated pricing tiers, tier 1, tier 10, and a bunch of things the customer just doesn't actually care about. It doesn't. It doesn't. A good membership is simple. Priority scheduling, preferred pricing, routine check-ins. That's enough. The goal isn't to build something complex. The goal is to give the customer a reason to stay connected to you. These are things that our brands, 1-800-PLUMBER, Plus Air, and Patch It Up Drywall have done really well in franchising. We understand that the most valuable piece to a recurring revenue plan, whether it's monthly or annually, is that they need to stay connected to you and your brand. The next time a plumbing issue or an HVAC issue or heating or cooling issue happens, that they come to you. The next time you get dings in your doors or dings in your walls or dents or stress cracks and what have you, your biannual inspection is going to come up and they'll address it then. Now, this does have some different application to different trades. People assume that recurring revenue only works in HVAC, and that's not true. We have done it here in our drywall brand. Most homeowners don't think about drywall until there's a problem, a crack, a hole, water damage. But what if you position yourself differently here? annual inspections or biannual inspections, minor repairs included, preferred pricing on larger work, discounted pricing on larger work. Now you're not waiting for damage, you're maintaining the home. There's a big difference there. You're maintaining their home. Same thing applies across all trades here. The model is transferable. It just needs to be positioned correctly. Now, some of you might be asking, what kind of impact does this have on my business? When you layer this into your business, a few things happen. One of my favorite pieces is that your marketing becomes more efficient because you're not reacquiring the same customer anymore. Your schedule becomes more predictable, and your business, whatever business that you're in, becomes more valuable. Why does it become more valuable? Because you have a series of customers that you are going to go and visit each and every year. Buyers just don't look at revenue. Business buyers, that is, don't look at the revenue. They look at how reliable that revenue is. So keep that in mind when you're looking at creating your next recurring revenue plan. And finally here, the companies that win over the next decade aren't going to be the ones doing the most one-time jobs here. They're going to be the ones who own the customer relationship. And recurring revenue plans is how you're going to do that. So whether you are a franchisor watching this video or you're actively shopping for your next franchise brand, if you're very interested in finding a model that's going to be successful for you, find one that has a recurring revenue model for its consumer that offers you a lane to predict revenue in the future. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed our video here on recurring revenue. Recurring revenue plans are everything in our business models here at 1-800-Plumber+Air and Patch It Up Drywall. If you're interested in learning more, visit elevatefranchisebrands.com and schedule a time to talk with one of our representatives. They'd be happy to point it out and show it to you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on The Franchise Builder. If you got any value from this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any future episodes that I'm going to drop. Because I release new, brief videos regularly covering franchising, the trades, and what it really takes to build a business that lasts in this industry. Thank you for watching The Franchise Builder, and I'll see you on the next episode.